Football, tennis, golf, and so much more. Fall sports continues in Naperville, and all the highlights are right here. Hello and welcome to another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Kim Pierce. Metea Valley football entered week 3 with a 2-0 record for the second time ever in the school's history. The Mustangs face their toughest test of the young season on the road at Naperville North to kick off this week's highlights.
Welcome back to another night of Naperville football. This Friday is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Night on the field, featuring a joint effort between Naperville North and Metea Valley in support. The matchup sees the Huskies hosting the Mustangs, and Metea comes in with an undefeated record of 2-0, which hasn't happened for their team since 2011. But Naperville North has the home field advantage, and that could stop Metea's momentum. The Huskies start strong as its second and medium Josiah Nothacker locates CJ Geist for a nice grab outside to put the Huskies in the red zone. On the next play, William Elo powers through the Mustang defense for his first touchdown of the night. Huskies lead 7-0 to start the first quarter. Metea looks to respond on their first possession of the night. However, Charlie Larson's pass is intercepted by Drew Murphy, putting the offense near the end zone, adding momentum for the Huskies. Elo builds on that momentum and rushes for another Husky touchdown, his second of the night, as Naperville North leads 14-0 with less than 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Huskies force a quick 3-and-out, and the Mustangs give up good field positioning for North after a botched punt allows Mason Hill to burst through the Mustang defense for first and goal for North. Elo secures the hat trick by muscling through the Mustang defense as North holds a commanding 21-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. The Mustangs put together a nice drive courtesy of Larson as he picks up a first down after a strong run attempt. However, it's a big 4th and goal for Metea to get some momentum on their side. Husky defense stands strong and denies Larson as he attempts to score. North holds a 21-0 lead with 8 minutes left in the second. North looks to capitalize on the Husky defensive stop as Nothacker locates Christian Briggs for the first down and a big third down conversion to keep the chains moving. Hill bursts through the Mustang defense, scoring another Husky touchdown and a 28-0 lead at the half. The Mustangs are able to put together another promising drive. However, they're faced with another 3rd and goal. This time, Larson powers his way through and scores Metea their first touchdown of the night. A good play, but unfortunately for Metea, it's not enough to secure the victory. Both Nothacker and Larson scored touchdowns for Metea and North respectively, but Metea Valley ultimately falls to Naperville North 35-14. The Huskies face Homewood Flossmoor next Friday, who sit at a 2-1 record on the season. Football Friday season is in full swing at Benet Academy. The Red Wings challenge the visiting Meteors of De La Salle. Last week, Glenbard North defeated Benet Academy 41-15, while Plainfield East dominated 55-0 over De La Salle. About 4 minutes into the first quarter, Ben Clevenger of Benet snatches the ball and runs for the end zone. He gets taken down by Dante Patterson as Benet goes for 1st and 4. Clevenger with the ball once more, this time goes right into the end zone and puts his teammates on the board for a touchdown. 5 minutes remaining in the first, and Michael Conway kicks for a field goal at the 20-yard line. The kick is good from Conway as Benet grows their lead to 10-0. The Meteors have the ball in hand for the pass, but make that an interception by Red Wing John Erickson, which is good for 1st and 10 for Benet. 1st and 10 continues for the Red Wings as Clevenger's pass is complete to Ben Albert on the 12-yard line, and this leads Benet to another touchdown. Just like before, Clevenger has the ball while looking for an open player, and he finds an open gap to make his way to the end zone for a touchdown. It's 24-0 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter underway, and Bennett's Luke Doyle gets to work immediately by running all the way to the end zone and squeezing his way through for a touchdown. The touchdowns continue for the Red Wings, with Joe Salvino running through the meteor shower of players to get to the end zone. The teamwork of Clevenger and Doyle is here, with Clevenger throwing a complete pass to Doyle at the end zone for one more Bennett TD. The game goes into halftime with Bennett leading 45-0. As the third quarter commences, Cristiano Diomede hands the ball to Dylan Miner. Miner pushes for the end zone but gets taken down by Dante Patterson of De La Salle. Near the end zone again, Miner goes once more, and this time it's good for a Bennett touchdown. The fourth quarter went on to be scoreless for De La Salle, with the addition of a running clock. Benet Academy comes out on top to win their home game 52-0 over De La Salle.
The Red Hawk Rowdies don gold for Pediatric Cancer Month and celebrate homecoming as their team, Naperville Central, takes the field searching for that first win, sitting at 0-2. They welcome the Sandburg Eagles, a 2-0 squad that comes in outscoring their opponents 58-16 in their two games. However, scoregami is very unlikely because Jackson Pitlack and Joe Clearmont swarm in and sack Sandburg QB Sean Ruiz to force a 3-and-out. Here's the punt from Drew Jazanik, and this booming kick takes a good bounce and rolls inside the 10. Central can't move the ball, so they have to punt, but the snap goes over Gavin Ellison's head and out of the back of the end zone for a safety. The Eagles look to feed off that swing, but Paul Paradotti feeds the Red Hawk defense with yet another sack. QB Jackson Loth is eager to put a drive together, but he throws an interception to Vinny Enel. Sandburg keeps its 2-0 lead heading into halftime. In the second half, the Red Hawks moved the pigskin, with Loth hitting Vince Byrne to move those chains. The drive stalls, but here's Gavin Ellison on to attempt a 40-yard field goal, and he splits the uprights to give Naperville Central a 3-2 lead heading into the fourth. What can the Eagles do from there? Matt Guerin for Central knows what to do, and that's adding another loss of yards to the Red Hawk sack menu. The Hawks hope to put the game away, but Loth's fourth down pass to Ryan Jacobson is short of the line to gain, and the Eagles take over with the chance to win the game. Sean Ruiz goes to work, dropping back and hitting a sliding Malik Abdullah for a first down, and Sandburg is in enemy territory. They call up Drzanik, who lines up for a 39-yard field goal. Here's the kick, and it is good from 39 yards out, and Sandburg leads 5-3 with 9 seconds left in the ball game. Redhawks with one last chance as they display the laterals, but it's eventually picked off by Jaden Weaver, and the Eagles win the defensive battle 5-3 over the Redhawks.
We've seen Naperville North and Naperville Central flag football compete this year as part of their inaugural seasons, but our third local team celebrated their home opener this week. We'll have the highlights coming up after the break.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
When it comes to buying a car, you want a deal that's fair, and that's exactly what you'll get at Fair Oaks Ford. It's why J.D. Power has named us the best customer experience in the business 4 years in a row. You know you'll experience fairness every step of the way. Right now, it's all about the zeros. Get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models. Fair pricing, fair deals. Fair Oaks Ford. It's right there in our name. Visit us on Ogden Avenue in Naperville or at fairoaksford.com.
Benet Academy flag football welcomed friends and family to celebrate the first home game in program history. The Red Wings hit the gridiron against Marist as part of their debut campaign.
Welcome back to some flag football action. Tonight's matchup is the Benet Academy Red Wings hosting the Marist Redhawks. The Redhawks come off of a 27-26 win against Rich Township High School and look to upset the Red Wings, who also come off a victory against St. Francis, 25-19. The Redhawks and Red Wings previously matched up at the St. Francis Triangular, where the Red Wings pulled off the win. Let's jump in. Marist quarterback Alia Rowles is forced to break the pocket as pressure is received from the Red Wings before Rowles locates Mia Bernard for the first touchdown of the night. After a failed conversion, Marist leads 6-0. The Red Wings are quick to respond as Ava Mersinger receives the toss before she outruns the Red Hawk defense and scores for the home team. On the conversion attempt, it's Mersinger who converts to put Benet up 7-6, gaining their first lead of the night. Bennett's offense stays hot as Emma Briggs looks to keep it for herself before she pitches it out to Mersinger. And you guessed it, she's gone, scoring another touchdown for the Red Wings as they lead 13-6 at the end of the first. The Red Wings are in full control, and just before the half, Briggs connects with a wide-open Giada McGlynn for another Benet touchdown, giving them a commanding lead of 20-6 at the half. Coming out of the break, and the Redhawks are looking for some energy. They get it as Rouse connects with Kaylee Schubrike for a big gain to put Marist at the 1-yard line. The very next play, Annabelle Lacey runs it in for the score. Marist trails 20-12. Briggs isn't keen on the Red Hawks score as she connects with McGlynn again for the Red Wings' final score of the night. Benet Academy defeats Marist 26-18. Bennett's next matchup is a home field face-off against Romeoville High School.
With the girls' golf postseason just around the corner, let's look back at our last IHSA state champion, Benet Academy alum Lauren Boudreau. The former Red Wing is still competing on the links at the highest level. Justin Cornwell has more in our first Where Are They Now of the season, presented by Gross Sports Psychology.
Lauren Boudreau, a former Benet Academy star, has turned a longtime passion for golf into a professional career. Now splitting her time between Illinois summers and Florida winters, she competes on the LPGA Epson qualifying tour against some of the top rising players in the world.
It was actually always a goal of mine since when I was about 12. It was always a dream of mine to play professionally, and after the last 2 seasons that I had at Notre Dame, I felt that I could compete out there professionally, and I wanted to give it a try.
Boudreau's journey started in August of 2015 with a head-turning varsity debut at the McGonigal Invitational, topping a field of 7 state qualifiers, including 2-time defending 2A state champ Jessica Ewan of Neuqua Valley. The freshman took first place with an impressive round of 72, a sign of big things to come. Boudreau would quickly rise the ranks as one of the top golfers in the state of Illinois. The young Red Wing won a sectional championship and finished 4th at the IHSA meet as a freshman. As a sophomore, Boudreau took her game to an even higher level, winning regional and sectional titles before finishing as the state runner-up by just a single stroke. At that point, Boudreau realized she wanted to take the next step in her golf game by competing across the country in amateur women's tournaments and events in lieu of playing her junior season at Benet. The experience was valuable, but after committing to play collegiately at Notre Dame, there was one unfinished task on her high school resume, a state championship. Boudreau returned to the Red Wing lineup for her senior season in the fall of 2018 and rolled through the competition once again, all the way to the state tournament. After leading throughout most of the 2-day event, the senior needed to make par on the 18th hole to clinch the elusive first-place medal. After her second shot went into the bunker off the side of the green, she was able to keep her nerves at bay, hitting a chip within 4 feet of the pin before delivering a clutch par save to win the 2A state championship, the first in Benet Academy history.
First place with a final score of 140.
After graduating from Benet in 2019, Boudreau thrived on the course at Notre Dame as well as the classroom, earning a degree in marketing and a master's in business analytics. In her final year with the Fighting Irish in 2024, she set the program record for the lowest average score at 71.88. She was able to compete across the globe, including at the historic St. Andrews Old Course in Scotland. Her crowning achievement in college golf came at the 2024 Regionals, where Boudreau set a Notre Dame 54-hole record, winning the title by an incredible 12 strokes.
I had a dream week that week. I was ball striking and putting was an A+, and I was able to shoot 12 under par for 3 rounds there. So I also set the 54-hole scoring record at Notre Dame that week and won one of my last collegiate events. So that was a really nice cap to my career there.
In the summer of 2024, the former Red Wing turned pro and quickly made her mark by earning her first professional victory at the Illinois Open, proving she had what it takes to compete with the best in the sport.
I got off to a very good start professionally. I won my second tournament, the Illinois Open professional, and I did successfully make it to the LPGA Stage 1 qualifying my first year, so that gave me confidence to keep going.
After finding success on the links at an early age, Lauren Boudreau has worked tirelessly throughout her high school, collegiate, and now professional career to improve and fine-tune her game. The thousands of hours on the course have paid off, allowing the Benet grad the chance to play the game she loves at the highest level. Over the past decade, the Red Wing legend has come to recognize the importance of being patient and committed when chasing your dreams.
Yeah, I would say you really have to love it. I always loved golf since the time I was 12 and was very motivated to practice. But I think that there's a lot of times where it's frustrating and a lot of results don't go your way, but really staying committed to your process, because not everyone's on the same timeline. So you may have success super early and then cool off for a bit, or it might be the other way around. And so you definitely have to be in it for the long haul.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Justin Cornwell.
Coming up next, it's time to hit the hard courts with girls' tennis season rolling into its 3rd week.
Naperville, stay informed and empowered by keeping up with the latest news from Naperville Community Television, your trusted source of community-centered journalism.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
Metea Valley Girls Tennis welcomes Neuqua Valley on another beautiful afternoon for action on the hard court. The Mustangs fell in a tight matchup to Waubonsie Valley to start DVC play, while the Wildcats took down Naperville Central. Neuqua Valley won in 2 singles, picked up a pair of victories in quick fashion and straight sets. In 3 singles, Fatima Faruqi looks to make it a single sweep against Annika Rahesh from Metea Valley. Rahesh plays in the far court and uses several spinning shots to keep her opponent off balance. In the middle court, Rahesh spins one that forces an error into the net as the Mustang earns a point. Faruqi bounces back quickly as she earns a point of her own, closing out a win after a lengthy volley in the opening set. In set 2, Faruqi seizes control while playing in the near court. After several volleys that move a Rahesh around the back line, Faruqi fires a return that bounces in front of the line and spins back for the point. The Wildcat wins in straight sets 6-0, 6-1. Both 1 and 2 doubles end up being the most exciting matchups of the day. At 1 doubles, the 3-year duo of Sophia Chow and Kylie Tran takes on Lily Tang and Leah Liu from Metea Valley. Liu serves in the near court and waits back on a lob return before pouncing with a rocket forehand to her left and past the Wildcats for the point. The Metea duo is off to a hot start in set 1. Neuqua serves in the far court late in the first set. Lily Tang whips a return back that gets lobbed over the net. Liu waits and smashes down the point. The Mustangs take the first set 6-3. High-level tennis being played in this matchup as the teams flip sides in the second set. Tran makes a lunging return at the net, but Tang tracks it down. Chow and Tang fire volleys back and forth. Liu gets a racket up in time to send her ball back, but Kylie Tran is right there for the slam down the middle. The Wildcats battle back to take the second set 6-2. That sends the match to a 10-point tiebreaker. Liu serves in the near court, which is sent back by Tran. After a Mattia return, Chow shuffles right and chops a return as the ball evades the Mustangs for the point. Nequa takes the win in the tiebreaker 10-3. At two doubles, Nequa looks for the clean sweep with Emma Matthew and Mehar Kaur facing a tough challenge from Tavisha Shah and Smitha Narayana from Mattia Valley. In the first set, just like one doubles, the Mustangs strike first with Shah and Narayana teaming up for a serve and a quick reacting return near the net. The Mattia pair takes set 1 6-3. The Wildcats dig deep in a back-and-forth second set, hoping to force a tiebreaker. Matthew makes a couple returns near the back before steadily approaching the net as Nequa puts the pressure on. Kaur is ready with a two-handed return at the net that gets in between the Mustangs. Nequa takes the second set 7-5 as we are headed to another 10-point tiebreaker. Trailing in the tiebreaker, Mattia fights to stay alive. The duo takes turns making strong returns near the back and up at the net, eventually splitting the Nequa players for a big point to take some momentum. Nequa with match point and the serve from Matthew. Kaur goes for the quick overhand smash, trying to end things there, but the Mustangs are ready with multiple lobs towards Matthew playing in the back. A backhand lob floats high, giving Kaur time to settle in and find the wide open court with both Mustangs playing near the back. For the second straight week, Nequa's two doubles wins via tiebreaker. Nequa Valley takes the win as a team as well by the score of 7-0, despite some tough tests in the doubles division from Mattia.
The boys soccer conference season kicked off in full this week. Waubonsie Valley welcomed Eola Road rival Mattia Valley for a battle on the pitch that needed extra time to determine the winner.
Boys soccer conference season is upon us with the Eola Bowl. Mattia Valley travels to Waubonsie Tuesday night in an important game for both teams. The Warriors look to shake off a 1-0 loss to Manuka on Saturday, while the Mustangs look to snap a 5-game losing streak. Despite the record, everybody wants a seat when these rivals match up. Early in the game, the Mustangs are on the gas pedal. Ian Van Horn plays it to Ethan Arbetman ahead of the defense. He turns and passes to Eric Jernigan, who goes to work. Jernigan does a little trick, and he uses the clear space to fire off a shot that goes past the outstretched arms of Sebastian Herrera. Just 5 minutes into the game, the Mustangs are ahead. Not long after, the Warriors have a long throw-in. It's headed back and forth, but it ends up back up on the foot of Thomas Andrzejczak. But his shot curls right over the crossbar. It's still early control for Waubonsie despite the 1-0 deficit. Another set piece for the Warriors, and this time Andrzejczak plays it to the back post, right onto the head of Evan Vojtovic, who has Waubonsie level halfway through the first half. The Warriors' leading goal scorer continues to excel in his junior season. This time the threat comes from the left side for Waubonsie. Rian Gupta shows great poise playing past the defense, and he has a nice cross in. It's Andrzejczak in another dangerous spot, but his shot curls past the top corner of the goal. The game is still tied 1-1. The freshman Rami Finek and the senior Ethan Arbetman are working together for Mattia. Ethan Arbetman tries to corral the ball, but it's knocked back towards Finek. Finek enters the box and goes down after the contact from Andrzejczak. It's a penalty earned for Mattia late in the first half. It's Arbetman on penalty duty, but Herrera is locked in. He is all over the attempt as Waubonsie keep the game level at 1 going into halftime. Fully under the lights now in the second half, Herrera launches a free kick. Dylan Arbetman and Gavin Byrne fight for position, but Byrne is brought down in the scuffle. The ref sees it as a penalty, and now Waubonsie have a chance to take the lead. It's the captain Andrzejczak on the penalty, and he gracefully rifles it past the outstretched goalkeeper. Waubonsie would never be threatened too hard again as they go on to win 2-1. The Warriors improve to 3-3 as the Mustangs drop to 1-6 on the season.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
Two dealerships side by side. Identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Right now, get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville.
Metea Valley is shooting for a penalty kick against Waubonsie Valley. Waubonsie goalie Sebastian Herrera is locked in and all over the attempt as he gets the penalty save for the Warriors. Let's see Herrera's defense one more time. He gets in front of the penalty kick for a big stop, and it looks like the ball may spin into the goal, but Herrera gets on top of it, keeping the game level at 1-1 going into halftime. This gives Waubonsie Valley the edge they need to take the win, with a final score of 2-1 against Metea. Here we have Lauren Goss swinging for Benet Academy, who wants to put the ball in a good position for a par 3 to end her round. The ball is picking up speed but hits the pin and falls in for a birdie. Let's take another look at that stellar chip shot. That's one way to end your round as Goss shoots a 39 and helps Benet Academy to a conference win over Carmel Catholic.
And that'll do it for this episode of Naperville Sports Weekly. Next week, we'll get our first taste of the postseason with girls and boys golf conference tournaments. And you can find all of our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. And you can also find us across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Kim Pierce. We'll see you again next week.